I'm here with the incredible Taryn, midfielder for Gotham FC. So what I have done is I've pulled a few lovely little chocolate truffles that will hopefully express some of the flavour profiles that we find within Johnnie Walker Black label itself. First and foremost, give it a wee swirl around, open things up. And then if you tilt this glass towards you slightly, what you'll find is, imagine it like a clock face. You've got 12 o'clock at the top, 6 o'clock at the bottom. You're going to find really light aromas, and I'm going to be cheeky and not tell you what these are just yet, but you'll find much lighter aromas up at this top and much heavier aromas down at this bottom. So if you bring your notes from the top to the bottom, it'll kind of give you a bit of a map in your mind of what flavours we might anticipate from some of these chocolates we're going to taste.
Okay.
So give it a wee nose, just like this.
It smells really good.
Yeah, you're not lying to me here, are you?
No.
All right, fantastic. What did you pick up on that first smell?
I want to say some citrus.
Some citrus?
I don't know if I'm right.
You're spot on.
Maybe some vanilla
Yeah.
essence.
Now this feels like we planned this because you're getting all the right answers. So we are going to start off with this lovely vanilla caramel chocolate here. So by all means, take a little bite of this here. Let it sit on the palate for a second, the same way if you were taking a sip of whiskey for the first time, and see what flavours pop out with that chocolate.
Creamy, smooth.
And this is a flavour profile that I think makes Johnnie Walker so acceptable and easy to reach for the American audience, because it's quite similar to American style whiskies, where they are a lot smoother, a lot more vanilla and caramel forward. Because we have that single grain whiskey that goes into this, we get all that lovely creaminess. But then we get those little kind of interesting flavour notes that we pull from the single malts that we'll talk about a little bit later. But I think to me, that vanilla, that creaminess is why Johnnie Walker is so successful in the Northern American market and even South American market. This next one is the one I'm most excited about myself. This is a passion fruit truffle. Now, why I went with this, Johnnie Walker has so many different fruit flavours that we find within it. We have a lot of citrus, as you mentioned earlier, we have a lot of orchard fruits, we get a lot of tropical fruits in here as well. I think the blend between a little bit of passion fruit puree and also the dark chocolate that we have in here just gives us that beautiful blend of a bit of that richness, that fruitiness, but also that smoothness, that sweetness, and a bit of that bite that we'd anticipate.
It's delicious. It's tangy. I taste the passion fruit. It's not as like smooth and creamy as the other one, as you mentioned, but it has a unique flavor, and I definitely get the vibe of what I smelled here. It's orangey-ish, but yeah. I don't know, I really like it. Fruity.
Spot on.
Delicious.
Those are all flavours that we do find within Johnnie Walker. Now that kind of passion fruit tropical note, we do get a little bit more from the Highlands, but I wanted to have something that was really fruit-centric. So Johnnie Walker goes all the way back to the 1820s. John Walker was a young lad working at his father's farm. Okay. Unfortunately, his father passed away. They sold the farm for a measly £537. Now that is about 60 grand in today's money. Okay. So it's a decent chunk, and they bought a little grocery store. Now what John started doing was blending whiskies just in his own time to make sure that he could provide a really quality product to the local community. It wasn't something he was doing en masse, it wasn't something he was doing on a commercial level. It was a true dedication to, if you want a certain flavour, I want to make sure that I'm able to provide that for you. One of the most prominent flavour profiles that we find in Scotch whisky, at least what I hear about when I'm tasting on different markets in the United States, is the smokiness, that richness, that real kick to the palate. This flavour profile, these aromas, that's what you would have found at the bottom of that glass when you were nosing. Okay. And then what waterfalls out the glass is going to be that smoky, that chocolatey aroma, a little bit of that maritime spice, a little bit of that sea salt characteristic as well.
This one's still my favorite, but this one I feel like tastes more like dark chocolate to me.
Yeah.
You're right about everything you described. It's like, but I think, yeah, this one's more like fruity, citrusy. This one's smooth and creamy, gives it more of a sweetness, and then this kind of has like the aftertaste. For me, when I think about that compared with sports, I'm 26 now, and I've been playing soccer since I was 4 years old. So I'm essentially, I guess, a piece of the puzzle on my team that's been a work in progress for 20 years, you know, fueling myself, training, and making sure that I'm in the best shape possible to play a role for my team. And I think going back to like how each one of these flavors plays a role to come together into like the drink to make it taste perfect, it's kind of like sports where you have different positions, they may do different things, you're all on one team trying to achieve the same goal, and evolving into something that everyone has to pay attention to the small details where eventually the product shows on game day or at the end of the year. So I think there's a cool connection between that.
No, you're absolutely right. I think if I was trying to describing this as how you would put it on the field, maybe your goalie is that single grain whiskey, that's kind of the defender there. And then those single malts are all the ones who are kind of playing out within the field and doing different things at different times, depending on what they ask for and what the need for is. But I'm going to steal that analogy. I'm sorry that right now, Taryn. So in Scotland, we don't say cheers, we say slàinte, which means good health.
Can you say it?
Slàinte.
Slàinte.
I would show you how it's spelt, but it would make it even more confusing. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Slàinte, Taryn.